Now we are going to talk about what are the benefits the state function is providing, what are the limitation it has, and what are the best practices are there to handle those. So let me quickly talk about what are the benefits are there. So first we talk about the retry feature. So we uh, talked about it that every orchestration needs to have this feature. If a state is getting failed, it should be able to retry that. Now if you notice here, when you retry, it gives us these three parameters. Interval second is the interval between the two retry. Every 3 seconds it will be trying it, and maximum attempts will be the 2. It will error out after the 2 attempts. And then the third attribute is about back after. It will increase the interval time between the two retry. The first retry will be after 3 seconds, and the second retry will be 3 plus 1.4, which is 4.5 seconds for the retry. So that's the way retry feature works here, and it helps us to resolve many intermittent issues. Error handling is one of the best benefit it has, because none of other solution will have readily available how to do error handling. It handles the timeout error. You can catch that error and then decide what to do. It can handle the task failure error. It can even also handle the permission error. If none of these errors get caught, if there is a different error, then it will fall into this states.all option. So when you compare your error equals, so you have to compare with these all error types, and based on that you can do error handling. So it's similar to what you do in Java, where you check your exception if it is a index out of bound exception or any other exception. So you do error handling based on these exception types. You can look at this example how it does it. So you catch this error, you compare these exception types, and then you decide which state you want to go for from there. The next benefit about step function is parallelization. So as we discussed, that it can spin up the multiple states running together and doing the job in parallel. It step function also has a high execution time, right? So it can run for more maximum 1 year of time. So if you have any batch job or any workflow which is more than 15 minutes, then step function is the best option for you. The pricing part, step functions being charged based on the number of transition you do from one state to another. And if you look at those charges, it looks pretty high on the face, but if you come up with your own solution of doing the orchestration between the states, this will be this will look to you much cheaper than those solutions. Okay, but you have to keep watching your bills through logging and monitoring to ensure that it's not burning your pocket. Now let's talk about some of the limitation what I have identified in step function. The first one is about shorter execution history. You can keep your execution history only up to 90 days. So I showed you that one of the step function, when you execute it, it was generating the 14 events in the history logs. So these logs will be available only for 90 days. So if you have the retention period which is more than this, then it cannot be done. It's a hard limit. I found it that there are some triggers missing in the step function. So right now the step function can be triggered through API gateway, through SQS, or through CloudWatch events, but DynamoDB or Kinesis, those kind of event sources are missing, which are available in Lambda. The next one is state machine execution name. So we already talked about it, that it has to be unique at least for 90 days, not used in last 90 days. Step functions does not horizontally scale to dynamic launch AWS Lambda functions. So let's take an example. If I have a lambda function which is generating 10 messages, and then those 10 messages needs to be run in the parallel by the next lambda function. But this lambda function cannot be dynamically scale out. It's all statically defined. So it will assign only the same number of the task executor for that. It will not dynamically do concurrent execution of those lambda function. The one more limitation I found, which is not documented here, is if I'm running a step function execution and it fails on the step number 3, let's suppose. Now next time I execute that, I want to start from the step 3 rather than starting from the beginning. That is something is still missing in step functions. So these are the limitation I found it based on my experience.